And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. That is it, another game down with 8 to go. Of course, after Liverpool ran out victorious at Anfield against Sheffield United after we beat them 3-1. Now again, probably going into this game, a lot of us maybe had one eye on the weekend. Certainly the squad didn't, thankfully. But of course, Sheffield United came and caused us problems in that game. And it was no plain sailing victory for us by any means. And again, I'm just so happy that we got the 3 points. And of course, McAllister being the hero once again and really proving to us how much of a steal he actually was in the summer transfer window where we went to buy him. He's been absolutely fantastic, especially over this sort of last 6 or 7 games. And yeah, great. Gets us out of jail once again with a Gerrard-esque shot. Obviously, at the start of the game, as we always do at the start of a match, give away a big chance every single time. And usually that one ends up in the back of the net when we give away that big chance at the start of the game that we like to do and give to every single opposition that we play. However, Kelleher once again proving that he's been, quality, absolutely quality. It was his 24th appearance so far for us this season, and of course he's been absolutely fantastic whilst Alisson Becker has been sidelined. And again, I just like to reiterate and echo that we have got the best number 2 goalkeeper in the world. Another absolutely fantastic performance from him, and a big save right at the start of the game to not give our first goal away that we like to always go on and do. Now, of course, we didn't take us too long after that sort of wake-up call, as always, to kind of get going again and get into the rhythm of things. And of course, Darwin Núñez gets us that goal after just putting pressure on the goalkeeper. That's things I like to see from our strikers. And again, Darwin Núñez gets that goal and puts us in the lead. However, as stated, the game wasn't that plain sailing from there. Of course, Bradley with an own goal. Sheffield United become equal and get the equaliser. And then, of course, we leave it fairly late on for us to get that goal from McAllister, and it's an absolute beauty. I think I watched it about 7 or 8 times already on the replays. It was a beautiful goal, and everyone's dubbing it as a Gerrard-esque shot, and I completely agree with that. It was absolutely fantastic. And then, as I stated at the start there, it's just showing how much of a steal he was. £35 million from Brighton, an absolute fantastic buy from Liverpool, and hope this form continues from McAllister once again. Also, Cody Gakpo sealing it off, getting that 3rd goal for us. And yeah, good to see him. Obviously, I think confidence has been, a bit low recently after his performances, I suppose, and you can see from sort of Mo Salah kind of saying and giving him praise in a recent interview, and then after the game again, McAllister kind of stopped and gave praise to Cody Gakpo and dubbed him as a leader and all those kind of things as well. But as stated, from a Liverpool perspective, I don't want any of our players to play bad. Cody Gakpo, in fact, has some really good numbers this season so far, so maybe criticism is a bit unjust at this moment in time. But of course, if you're watching the game, sometimes he doesn't really I think Jamie Carragher said he plays in slow motion, he's too slow and all those kind of things, and I do agree with that in a certain aspect. But of course, there is quality there, and I'm just hoping he can get back to that form that he had at the start when January 2022 or 23 when he signed for us, and then of course that form going into the World Cup and at the end with PSV Eindhoven. But certainly a confidence booster for him to get a goal, and again, he's actually got some really good numbers so far this season, despite there being a lot of talk about him. Now, of course, that does lead us back to the top of the table, but games are coming thick and fast, guys. We are in silly season now. April is a action-packed fixture list for us. Now, of course, we've got a huge game against Manchester United at the weekend, and Manchester United, of course, played at the same time as us yesterday, and, it made for great viewing. The Reds getting the 3 points and them bottling a lead within 83 seconds was absolutely glorious and just topped off my night, if I'm being perfectly honest. So yeah, they coming in, there's probably confidence very low at this moment in time. Of course, I think draw against Brentford, now losing to the mid-table battle between Chelsea right at the end, as I stated, 2 goals in sort of 83 seconds from Cole Palmer to turn the tide on its head. But whilst you probably don't care about Manchester United, and neither do I, really, but we do take on them at this weekend, and it's another big game for us. I know we're concentrating on our game, but this one obviously has an added sort of level of pressure going into the game, just because it's a rival, if you like. Manchester United are going to look to try and stop us and try and get 3 points, not just for us not to win the league and these kind of things, but for themselves. They're still chasing sort of Europa League spaces. Ten Hag is most certainly under pressure at this moment in time. However, there is some huge news ahead of it, guys, and it comes in the form of injuries. Now, I said recently that they were battling an injury crisis. It seemed Martinez had picked up an injury in the centre-back position, the same with Lindelof, but it made for even more worse viewing from Manchester United's perspective. In fact, probably gives us a boost going into the game this weekend. But of course, listen, Varane, of course, withdrew. His replacements, Evans, then got injured as well within the first 15 minutes, leaving them now with only Harry Maguire as their fit and able centre-back, potentially going into this game against Liverpool. Now, as I stated, I don't celebrate opposition players getting injured personally, but you can't help but acknowledge that as a massive boost for Liverpool going into this clash. Manchester United literally with Harry Maguire as their only sort of first or recognisable centre-back going into the clash. So they are probably going to have a makeshift back line for this game against Liverpool, and certainly with confidence low at this moment in time, it's really boding well for Liverpool going into this match at Old Trafford. And I'm hoping, of course, that we can get 3 points. Most importantly, I obviously love beating Manchester United as well, because it's a bit of a rivalry, of course, and of course he's added extra to it because of the game in the FA Cup, us getting knocked out in the FA Cup quarterfinals to them, and it was a very, very frustrating game that, whilst I didn't really care about the FA Cup that much, but losing to Manchester United in that manner didn't sit well with me throughout the whole international break. So I've been waiting for this game. This is the one I've been looking forward to us playing, and here's hoping, of course, another win on the board, but going up against this Manchester United side that deflated and now, of course, are having to battle with the injuries that they possess at the centre-back position. So it's going to be a very, very interesting watch. And as stated, we've come through pretty well, I think, from that game against Sheffield United. And as stated, we're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So I'm hoping that the players take the frustration out on this Manchester United side after they knocked them out of the FA Cup quarter-final, and we can see a sort of throwback to last year, potential 7-0, or the season before that where we beat them 4-0 and then we beat them 5-0. So I do want to see some goals galore. Obviously, the most important thing is 3 points, but then I would love to absolutely humiliate them, especially where confidence is really, really low at this moment in time for Manchester United, and of course going through an absolute injury crisis in the defensive positions. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on the victory yesterday over Sheffield United. Let me know your thoughts on the news with regards to Manchester United's injury crisis, and of course, let me know your early score predictions down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Remember to do check out our store, copyrightklothing.com, to get all of your Liverpool merchandise, all of your Liverpool t-shirts, as stated. That is down in the link in the description, or copyrightklothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.